The darkness continues.
I'm tired of all of y'all. I'm tired of the people who are constantly telling us who we should be, how we should act, and what we should be doing. Especially when these people aren't doing any of these things themselves. We are being told to uplift people, inspire people, help your fellow man, and give back to the black, which is a good and concrete message if the message is coming from someone who is doing or has done these things themselves. It's easy for us to turn on the camera and the microphone, start going into what everybody else should be doing. But what the hell are we doing? And I say we because I include myself in this as well. We have a tendency to come off as these more righteous than thou people who have all the answers, all the knowledge, and all of the right to be telling others how to think, speak, and act, when most of us haven't done a damn thing even close to what we are instructing others to do. We have people accusing others of doing certain things just to turn around and be caught doing the very thing that they railed about someone else doing to them. Many of us are petty, insecure, paranoid, and self-conscious as hell. So what do? Go after someone for being petty, insecure, paranoid, and self-conscious. It's absurd. I think many of us have gotten to the point where we have started to use media as a way to engage in self-flattery, self-grandizing, and self-gratification, while at the same time accusing others of being inferior to ourselves, because we are the all-knowing and the all-seeing segment of the black world. Bullshit. I have said this before, I will say it again. Most of us are nothing but people with microphones, cameras, and an ideology. Yeah, I know how it feels to be pretending to be a psychologist or a counselor, a motivational speaker, professor, or teacher. But the reality is, we are not. If you took a look at most of our lives, we are probably not even qualified to advise you on the most infinitesimal things in your life, let alone your relationships, your kids, or your blackness for that matter. Unfortunately, most of us are horrible role models for other black people anyway. We will talk about how conscious we are and how knowledgeable we are, as if we should be something else other than that. But these same people are doing some of the very things that contribute to the degradation of the world they claim to be so conscious and knowledgeable about. Men selling drugs and sporting 8 baby mamas. Women selling ass and sporting 8 baby daddies. But as soon as it's time to go on YouTube or Facebook, out comes the dashiki, the kufis, the head wraps, the beads, and the medallions, along with a soliloquy about how everybody else needs to wake up. You just get tired of listening to some of these people. Many of them lack any credibility or knowledge. A lot of us lack the ability to take criticism too. But we have no problem criticizing others, as we sit on our thrones dictating our ideological message to anyone who's willing to click onto our channel, or better yet, anyone who is willing to have us do their thinking for them for a while. You have women speaking to how sorry, broke, and unqualified black men are. Meanwhile, these same women are broke, unmarried, rehabbed whores and have multiple children by multiple men. You have men who talk about how emotional women are and how childish they are, when many of us are thin-skinned emotionally and react immaturely over some of the most pettiest of things. But somehow, we get people to listen to us, watch us, even go as far as acting like they know us, which makes me think, why? Why do people listen to us? What is going on with them? Why would a person sit in front of a screen watching some other person tell them about life, about consciousness, about blackness, about anything? Do they have self-esteem problems? a confidence problem? Do they need a voice, someone to say the things that they themselves think but will not or cannot say themselves, unless they hear it first from one of us internet opinionators? They long for someone who agrees with them. I think we as creators of content long for that too, even if we don't admit it. We understand that there will be detractors of our messages, but we don't put these messages out for them. These messages are to the people who agree with our perception of things, the ones who will see our video as brain food, and in turn, we get the gratification of having people pay attention to our material. It's a relationship, a digital relationship. Because how many of us would be making videos if there was no YouTube or Facebook? Would we be making videos and doing all of the editing, splicing, and audio just to show these videos to our friends, parents, or kids? You know, the people who are really in your life, as opposed to the strangers on your screen, most of which you will never meet. Of course not, we wouldn't. Now, me, I question why I do this at times. Do I do it for others or for myself? Are my videos made for others' enlightenment, or are they for my own ego? I would assume many people who watch our material may think the same thing. I'm a person myself that watches many people's content, and I have asked myself these questions about others' material. Why do I watch this? To learn or to laugh? To be educated or entertained? To hear like-minded people or to hear people of different views? It's a question we should all be asking ourselves, whether we are a content creator or a content intaker. There's a lot of chaos and confusion on both sides of that crowd. It makes you reassess how to proceed with this stuff going forward. All I know is I'm tired of all of y'all, all of y'all, all of y'all.
Dark X.
All of y'all, all of y'all.
Open your mind.
All of y'all, all of y'all.
Open your mind.
Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your mind.